On today's episode, we're hanging out with Loyiso Twala, the CCO at McCann Joburg. There's no doubt about it. The man loves his craft. The man loves his advertising industry. And today we're going to be talking about transformation yet again. We're going to be talking about the death of advertising. We're going to be talking about the topical conversation around advertising industry, or advertising agencies rather, adopting content creators or influencers. Stay tuned. Yeah, CXC. Yeah, I like that. I like that vibe. I want my dad to come and do that thing. Yeah, CXC. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, man. What's up, Lo? You good?
Very good, man. Very good. Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, you've been dilly-dallying, man. Eh?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we didn't get a you are slip out here. Chief, come, let's talk.
I don't control my calendar.
You don't control your?
My calendar, I don't control it. Yeah.
But anyway, hey, look at you, man. You are in the new season, new set, new everything. What do you think of our set?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm also honored that.
On the real though. You know, it's proper?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't bullshit us though.
Minimalism is perfect. So it's not overdone.
Yeah.
Nice pop of color.
Yeah. No, I'm very colorful though.
Because you got a good muted vibe here. Yeah. The pop of color.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah. Shout outs to a very close friend of mine, MJ. She put it together.
Nice.
And then the art is by a good friend of mine, Tabo Beats. So Tabo Beats is one of the most creative guy I've ever met. Also, I mean, I grew up with him.
Yeah.
He's a fine artist. He's like proper shit hot. Yeah, no, he's good. And by the way, we're also shooting from BWD Studios, by the way.
Shout out
to Bongs. Thanks, man, for hooking us up with the space. Yeah. So that's where we at. If you want to shoot your content as well, you can come here, you know? Yeah.
Okay. I get a red card.
Yeah. Roy, come do your shit, man.
Well, we're ready. We've got a team there in the office that does multimedia, but we don't have a set.
This is the set.
So now we've got
shit.
Can negotiate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm going to take my call when I phone.
No, definitely. No. Bongs is chilled. Yeah. And look at my drip. What do you think of my drip? I'm dressed by...
I feel underdressed. When you've got a team, clearly, eh?
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, we've done the first season for like what brand for like how long? For quite a while.
Yeah. I've been watching.
Yeah. So I mean, come on. You can only grow from here.
Yeah.
You know, you can only grow from here. So yeah. So the drip is by
dope.
Musa Nkosi did. He did South African Fashion Week, I think, twice, and he did Moscow Fashion Week. I think I forgot the other ones, but yeah, very creative guys. You know, like so chilled. You know, I look young in this month. I look
it's the right color. Green is dope.
Green is very dope.
But in, you know.
See your
just a nice little touch.
Your stanners there. Your.
Now this like you called me about the look, but you didn't.
No, I can't go to hotel.
Yeah, I understand.
You mustn't come here as a feature and then bury me. No,
sure.
You can't do that.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for honoring the invite, brother, man. I really appreciate you pulling through.
Finally.
Yeah, so we're chilling with the guy who sells ideas.
I try.
And I idea engineer.
Where did you find that? Hey, but what did research? I started calling myself that. I think when I was midweight art director.
Yeah.
I was just like, I like this idea of an engineer, you know, for ideas.
Yeah.
Because I felt like sometimes, you know, what you call something makes a difference.
100%.
Right? When you say you're a creative, anybody's a creative, and creative is a broad term.
Yeah.
But as like in our space, we ultimately sell ideas.
Yeah.
So I like that idea engineer for a while.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in a long time. I don't know where you found that.
But you are though. But you slick with it.
I try, man. I try.
Yeah.
These days, I take credit for other people's ideas, though. Yeah.
Because you are a big Makulu boss.
It's all well.
Yeah. You are a big Makulu boss, Loy.
Still my mother's son.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, like, Loy, you guys, you've been in this thing, and you stacked it out. Like you've been at it. Yeah. I think
someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I think just take us a little bit. Again, let's start from the beginning.
All right.
How did you get into the industry? I mean, how did you get it? I mean, how did you know about it? I mean, because this thing has always been like for white kids. We can edit that out, maybe not. But I mean, look, I think it's always been like for us, Botaki.
Yeah.
Advertising was not a thing.
Yeah.
It became a thing. I don't know when, but it became a thing at some point.
Yeah, I think it's a thing now because of the creative economy is now big, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people, when you're young now and you say to your parents, I'm going to go into a creative space, there's more of an understanding from our families than there used to be 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Advertising is part of the creative space. Basically, you're going to be, if you're going to do something amazing in the eyes of society, then you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, right? Or a businessman. What the term businessman? You know what business?
Yeah.
But other than that, you were doing community respected work. Like you're a prison warden, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, a nurse, or a policeman. Those are the roles that were known. Yeah. When you showed up at home, I want to go to advertising. They're like, what are you talking about? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you going to draw pictures?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
And I think generally there's a lot of ignorance around it by nature of how society was framed. But I think I was fortunate. One of those things where one might say it's destiny in a way, like a path was set for you. With my family, even though my direct parents were like scientists.
Scientists?
Yeah. My mother and father met at work,
Okay.
They worked for Unilever at the time, making all the chemical products and stuff. When they met there. So
and you are the product of science.
Of science and biology, specifically.
Yeah.
But my general family is very creative. I mean, my brothers and I are all in creative industry. And I think my aunt, who's my second mother, who I call my mother, was in the media space as well. So we grew up with some inkling and understanding of the media space. So by the time I was a teenager and saying I want to make ads, there was an understanding. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't difficult to say, Mama, I want to go and do advertising. And she was like, cool, let's just see where. Yeah. Then you research, you find out about the triple A's. And then Vega was still very
still coming up.
Yeah. So a bit easier for me. When my mother tells me about my story, she says, I used to sit and watch ads on TV and tell her, I want to make small movies. Oh, shit. That's what I call them.
I want to
make small movies.
Yeah.
Because I see these 30-second ads, Yeah. So I think for me, the fascination started early. So I knew already by standard six that I wanted to do advertising. It was very clear.
Yeah.
By then already.
Sure.
Yeah. So I got lucky.
Yeah. So you went through Vega.
Yeah, ultimately went through Vega.
Yeah.
Very early days. I think then the only established school was AAA.
Yeah.
And Vega was still very new.
Very, very new, yeah.
Very, very new. I think I was the second group of graduates from out of Vega.
Sure.
Yeah. Vega years old.
Yeah, you are Vega years old.
Yeah.
Gordon Cook. Well, no.
Yes.
Gordon Cook is an ancestor.
Yeah. That man lives. He lives, right?
Yeah.
He lives.
He lives. He's a. So, but now, I mean, how? So you get in the industry. Okay, you graduate out of Vega, and then what? Where do you go? What happens?
Yeah. So
was it a clear through, like a straight cut, like from Vega into the industry?
Yeah. I mean, my story is not as exciting as some people, because in our industry, you meet people who've come from other spaces.
Yes.
Find their way there.
Yeah.
I wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Studied for it and went directly into it. Even though people were like, what varsity are you going to?
Yeah.
I'm going to Vega. Which is that?
What is that?
Yeah, it's not here. It's not Rao.
It's not there.
Yeah. But I went, I was poached in my final year. At the time, FCB had
a that shit hot.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Poached.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
What I was told by the school is that FCB came and said they're looking for the top 3 black students.
Yeah.
And I was one of them. So I went into FCB as an intern. Spent some months there. I think it's about 3 months that I spent there. And in that time, it's almost also a probation period. Right? they giving you opportunity and also upskilling you, but seeing if you're someone they want to recruit. And after that time, they wanted to employ me. So my first job was at FCB. It was a great time. I got to move. I worked with at the time a copywriter who was also from the same year, same school. So it was an easier transition in a way. I didn't stay long though. So when they offered me the job, and this is where you get a little bit political, but it's all part of the journey of our country. In fact,
you want the political stuff?
Just my story. Just my story.
We want the juicy stuff.
Then they wanted me to stay. Specifically, shout out to Wing Mdlulwa. Who was the creative director at the time. One of the first black creative directors in the country. Chairman of the Luries back then. Wing was like, let's hire Loyiso, and I was grateful. At the time I was Lolo. The name I started using later in my life. But they wanted to offer me a job, and I was like, great, excited. Also, I must add, when Vega was approached by FCB, one of my greatest joys in life was I got to gift my mother back my final year fees. Because Vega was like, FCB was going to cover my final year fees.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So I was just like, giving back to a lady.
Yeah.
That's how you start life.
No, man. That's
single mom. I felt good for my mother, So, I say that because it was part of this tough conversation that I had when I got a job offer.
Yeah.
And then at the time, they wanted to give me a small amount of money. I won't mention numbers. A small amount of money. And I was very unhappy. Because I thought, I must still travel, get to work. I'm still at home, so it was a bit... But it wasn't enough. And I knew that part of the money, those fees, that salary was CETA training money, I was like, FCB must give me more.
That's what you're giving you 1,000.
Wait, mentioning numbers. Number. I thought it should have been more from FCB.
Of course.
It's like CETA training. So that didn't work out. So I was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going to go do my own thing. Wow.
That's it, already?
Yeah, immediately. I was like, I'm going to do my own thing. Because also, at the time, the country is transitioning. Racial tensions are still high. So in my mind, I'm like, and I left. And I didn't take the offer. I left, and they were even like, So I was worried though about, now my mother's money will go back, But it was fine. It ended amicably. But I left and started my own thing with some of the other graduates. Fortunately, part of what Vega was very good at, that in our final year, we'd do some real projects. So I got to work on real brands at the time. So one of the clients really loved some of the work we did. So they became our first client. So we had this little shop, and we went all in, because now, I've got my own company. I'm making my own salad.
Yeah, dude.
When we've got offices in Sentin,
Shit.
which you probably shouldn't have done. We've got offices in Sentin. Also, clients can want to walk in there.
Of course,
It's impressive.
Yeah.
And we ran for about 1.5 to 2 years. And my mother was like, don't you think you should go and learn first?
Exactly.
Get the experience. So my agreement with her was like, if a business doesn't work, I'll go get work. I'll go and find a job. So after 2 years or so, it wasn't working. And I don't think the business was the problem. Well, the work or whatever was the problem. The business knowledge was the problem. So I was getting money in, money out. Buying clothes. And working in Fenton, I was living on takeaways. So money was fast.
So
what I mean?
What were some of the clients that you started with, though? Like
then? Well, I think the biggest one was there was a bank at the time, and this is like 20 years ago, 2003. So it was a bank called Wits Bank.
Wits Bank.
They were this new bank in the industry focusing on mobile banking. So at the time, it was innovative. First to market. There's some tech from a mobile banking point of view that the big banks hadn't even adopted yet.
Sure.
Because I guess when you're new in tech, you're more flexible, right? So we were actually it felt like we were part of an exciting change in the financial industry. We did the branding for them. And they had done branding. They had gone to agencies before, not happy, but they loved the work we were doing.
These young guys.
So I felt good. I felt good, I don't know what happened to it now, because I know it got bought at some point, and so it doesn't exist now. But at the time, that was our big client. Wizard Bank, and then we did offshoot projects with different companies. We were not on retainer basis, we're on project based accounts, you know. But yeah, that was really our retainer account.
Wow.
And it carried us for 2 years. Then when that didn't work out, I was like, okay, fine, Mama, I'm gonna go get a job.
Mama, you won. Like I'm going back in.
Yeah, and because of my experience with my early experience with FCB, I had now an attitude about multinationals. I was a guy with attitude.
What a plan. I think now, so because you spoke about this bank, I mean, you know, having gone to other agencies and not cracking, or other agencies not cracking it, and here's this young guys, you know, from the hood, and then kind of like being the client taking a liking to you guys and say, okay, we like your work. You know, what did you guys do for you to be given that? I mean, because it's a bank. It's not a It's not a, you know, like a play thing. It's you know, I mean, you know how banks are. You know, they're really meticulous in terms of how they onboard agencies and all of that. And then here you are, you guys, you know, clinched this one. So how, like, what was so special about you guys?
Look, I think it's really a great thing to reflect on, because we understood the bank and the intention, right? And I think that was very important, because, you know, like I said, the name of the bank was Wizard, right? Which was already them trying to drive this thing of a verb, an action name, that you're sending money and handling basic entry-level banking via your phone. And I think there was penetration of phones in the mass across the country, was them being aware that they're not creating a banking product that's designed for the affluent. They want one that really can land at mass market, and they wanted those insights of how do I speak to a person who looks like you guys, who speaks like you guys, right?
I get you.
And we were able to transfer that knowledge naturally. And so, and with our early education, with some intention to say, cool, then the comms must be more fluent in how it speaks, right? In vernacular, for example, right? So some of the comms we were creating might sound like everyday thing, but it was revolutionary in the sense that a lot of the stuff you're seeing then is English, is also being framed in a way that's highly sophisticated because of the financial services. And we were making it very simple, very base, very, very relatable and relevant in how we're framing it. Some of the scenarios we're painting for you needing to send money to your friend was related to the fact that, itime aliko in a different province, like we're talking like that, to be able to write copy like that, and the client was loving that, right? And I think so. If it became like a natural fit, and at the time, it's something that they couldn't get from a traditional agency because they were too English, too white in a way, right? So that those insights from us were natural, and they're getting it from people who are young. So it's a product that would appeal to us in a way that appealed, and I think that's a lot of what made it a natural. An amazing bond for that client to say, I want those guys.
No, tell it like it is. Back then, the industry was very, very white.
Yes.
There weren't a lot of there were like very few well, was there even a black agency then? Well, okay, I suppose there was.
Yeah, you know, you had the head boys, which were like the heralded world at the time. You know, but not at mass.
Not at mass. Even people who were working in advertising, there was very few of them. Right?
Because I mean, when I walked in, there were very few black creatives, let alone black creatives who were respected as creative directors. I mentioned Wing earlier. You know, there were the likes of Abu Tayelo, Abu Sam at the TBWA, but you could count them. Right. So it's still very white industry.
Even now, we have a lot of black-owned advertising agencies, right? But it's as if these guys are just filling in the seats. There's no impact in my view. I feel like, and I don't know whether it's a client situation. Are these agencies not awarded, you know, proper clients or like big, you know, like solid clients, you know, and what is your view on that? If you clear?
Yeah, clear. Yeah. It's a beautiful topic. One of my favorite subjects.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Transformation. There you go.
Yeah, transformation as we call it.
Yeah.
In Europe and America, they call it diversity and inclusion.
Diversity, yeah.
But I think it's not one-sided, right? The one part of it is the fact that yes, there are. I'm happy that there are agencies who play big, right? You got and I'll shout them out. You know, they got the avatars who really are a big agency, big clients, have a media build into their business, and it's great. And it's great to see an agency like that led by black people, right? Yeah. Then you got the odd numbers, right? Amazing creative, amazing strategies, amazing work, right? And they win locally, they win globally, right? So their impact is visible there.
Yeah.
And there are many others, but I think that the other side of the coin where you're like, yeah, but is the impact being made? You know, even though there are agencies that exist, it's also still not easy for a black-owned agency to show up and win clients. Yeah. Not because of skill lacking, not because of talent lacking, because the multinationals that I work for, one of them now, have great creatives within them who do that work every single day. Yeah. We don't leave that building and all of a sudden we don't know how to do the work, right? But a lot of the big blue chip clients that you need to sustain your business don't necessarily decide to give a local agency that is black owned their business because they're globally aligned. So it's still hard to win business that's going to sustain you, because you don't want to be a black owned agency that only runs on government business, because government is a mandate to say, let's make sure that local businesses get it. You also want that freedom to say, I can win the big global brands of the Unilevers and, you know, the Coca-Colas because I'm great at what I do. Yeah. But they are aligned to networks. And I don't have a network. I'm just a good agency. Yeah. So it's still difficult and I think that's the next level, that when you talk about black-owned agencies and black-owned business in our industry, that's the next level. I think that we need support that people can start to have network. You're building a black-owned network, not an agency. Yeah. Because I compete with IPG, WPP. I don't compete with just an agency. Yeah. And that's where I think there's still work to do. So shout out to the guys who are still fighting the good fight now at this level. But I think those are the people who need it. Those agencies need the support, whether it's government, whether it's funding structures, but that type of build that they can compete at a global level. So a big global company can say, even if it's a Vodacom or an MTN, they can say, I want a group and not an agency, but the network can have the capacity to handle an account at that level. I think that's the shift that we need to see next. Yeah.
Well, I think we do have like small groups. Well, pardon me to say small groups, but I think we do have groups that are. I mean, Nahana is one of them. I think is it really like a local group? Because I mean, it's a consortium of some sort. I think there's foreign shareholding in there.
Definitely foreign.
Yeah,
definitely foreign. Yeah. I work for McCann Joburg. Yeah, that sits under Nahana. Yeah, right. So it's part of the IPG global communications framing. So yeah, so that's a local framing, but it's still linked to the global networks. And I think for me, it's not about either or, right? We're not trying to say that we shouldn't have any global networks or we should only have local or not. I think the industry is open for trade. Yeah. But we want a good representation on both ends. Yeah. And that's really what you want. Yeah.
So you spoke about how you came into the industry, and obviously you worked with the great. I mean, Wing is one of the best guy that one of the best guy that we have in the industry. Yeah. And I think, how was it working under such a guy? And I think, what did you learn from him? Was it a short stint? Maybe you didn't learn much, or did you learn?
I learned a lot. Yeah. In fact, I owe where I am today to people like Uyane Ngwane, who used to run the agency at some point, as one of the few black-owned at the time. Yeah. Right? To Abonkwenkwe, who were at the FCBs, who were the first black creatives there, who opened the door for other creatives to come in, who in Wing wouldn't have been there if there was no Nkwenkwe. And I think that's amazing. And I got the privilege of working with Wing, learning from him, knowing how to take and trust my voice. To say the things you know from how you were raised, how you were brought up are important. You don't only have to assimilate to what the white people approve. Have your voice and be open to share it. Yes, you'll take some knocks, but that's part of the journey. And I think that knowledge from someone who had partly walked that journey to say, it's not going to be easy, but it's worth it, was good. So that's, I have an ally. Otherwise, I'm walking in there surrounded by people who don't look like me, don't speak like me. I'll probably be more sheepish about my approach. Where someone is saying to you, I'm giving you the permission. Be yourself. And it's important. And I learned a lot from Uwing from that point of view. But I also worked with Utaila Mokhalahadi. And I like naming them because a lot of the young guys who come in today don't know these giants.
They don't know these giants.
And it's part of the flow of our industry. Our industry celebrates some of the guys who, and I don't want to name them because they feel like I've got an issue with them, but it celebrates some of the people who are known as the greats. But these black pioneers who are our greats, then don't get mentioned. You know, the Sem Matutwane, and these are the people who today are not even in the industries. They're not working in these agencies anymore. They've got things happening on the side, right? Because they didn't feel accommodated at some point. So for me, I think it's a big deal that I got access to these individuals. They've all plowed into me. They all believed in me. They all gave me opportunity. And I've learned from all of them. But the biggest thing I've learned is that my voice matters. My insights matter. So today I sit leading a team of creatives and I tell them the exact same thing, to say, let's create that original work that's authentically South African, but can be exported globally. So when some guy from Bulgaria and Hungary and America and London hear this and they see it, they're like, what is this amazing, unique thing? We see it happening in music, piano. But I think our work in our industry can easily travel with our unique insights. But that confidence I was given by these men who helped me trust myself very early on, which helped me grow quicker.
So is that culture thing?
It's very important. It's a culture thing,
Culture thing.
The culture thing, because people have to walk into an industry and feel welcome. Otherwise you lose people.
And I think also is it not easy to sell? I mean, when whatever product that you are selling and then you say, okay, I'm going to put in this voice. I'm going to put in, our people in the forefront. Well, maybe, and I'm also saying our people, but I think the people that you are marketing to, you need to, they need to be very represented.
It's true.
And
sometimes because I'm a black person, talking about black people, it feels like, but you've got an agenda. But your point you're raising is very important because it's not about the blackness. Saying we are always given brands and products and services that we must communicate to a market. Our market in South Africa is majority black. So if you're not doing work that is authentically designed to resonate with that audience, what are you doing? And some of those insights, you can't adopt them from, a great thing that the Americans are doing well is this. Let me do it in a great way here. It's not authentic to how we lived here. The lived experience of the average South African, right? So yes, we must be good at speaking to multiple audiences. But if we neglect the mass market, wherever you put them in the economic scale, but the mass market, 75% of the country is black. Minimum, probably more at this point. And you say, are we really creating work for all these great brands that are in our market? That's every South African can say, I see myself in that work. And that's also what we look for. You know you've done your job when you create a piece of work where the average person is like, I love that. That happens in my life every day, but you put a great twist on it, right? And that's why it's important to emphasize our agencies need to be doing the work that does exactly that. And part of that means we need the people in those positions who can do that work authentically and not in a way that people feel like, I see what you're doing, but you're disrespecting how you've translated the thought, right? And if you don't respect your audience, you lose your audience. It used to be harder back when it was a media touch point where get TV, right? I watch something, it ends, and I'm just sitting there. I can only turn to my friend or my brother and say, I didn't like that. Today, if I miss my mark on respecting my audience, it can become hellfire very quickly.
Very quickly.
Your social media, it's a post.
It's a post.
To
Like,
say,
oh,
look at what this guy said.
Look at what this guy's doing.
Yeah, another black person dancing for chicken, whatever, right? And then everyone's upset.
Yeah.
Whereas when you respect the insight around, yes, black people have rhythm,
Yeah.
right? But when I translate it in an ad, I'm not just showing you dancing for something. I give it meaning and purpose.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh yeah, that's me, right? And it's those small nuances that are very important when it comes to brand building, great campaigns that we all love. And I think, that's why for me it's an important thing to say that seeing more and more of what the country looks like in our work and in our agencies is an important subject.
Now, I think something that's been very topical now, I think advertising is dead.
You're controversial, eh? Yeah?
Advertising,
You're like, nah, hip-hop is dead.
No,
Ooh.
advertising is dead.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
That's been the very topical, discussion, right?
Yeah.
And do you think it's dead? And I'm not even going to say...
Yeah. No, finish.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about, because the previously it was like, creativity is dead and whatnot. Now the tables have changed. Now it's no longer about creativity is dead or we're not creative enough. Yeah. The whole ecosystem is dead. Yeah. Advertising is dead.
And I don't mind that statement.
Yeah.
I don't mind that statement.
Yeah.
The nature of a creative is to love challenges like that.
Yeah, it is.
Where there's something that seems impossible or discarded, it's like, no, I can see something there. It's the nature of a creative, right? But I think, so from that point of view, I don't mind the statement necessarily, but I don't think it's accurate.
Yeah.
But I know where it comes from. Yeah. I think, advertising is definitely something that as a word, and you touched on it when you said creativity, plus semantics.
Yeah.
Advertising might be dead, and I don't mind it.
Okay.
Right? But creativity never. And I think the product that I know that I sell to any marketer who walks in my door is a creative product.
Yeah.
It's creativity front and center.
Yeah.
If calling it advertising reminds you of the old way in which things were done, then I say, fine, let's kill advertising.
Yeah.
But I think the heart of what when I say I understand what you mean is that we are being challenged as an industry to operate differently.
Yeah.
Right? I think marketers still need the product we give. But I think the way in which we serve it and the way in which we deliver it need to change.
Yeah.
Because times are moving. Yeah. Right? Part of it is technology.
Yeah.
And outside of just advertising, technology is growing at a fast rate. It's affecting many industries.
Yeah.
Right? It's affecting the transport industry. The laws are trying to keep up with how to deal with e-hailing. Because just having this app on transportation has changed things. Yeah. Right? And in our space, we're dealing with AI. Yeah. Right? Generative AI.
You got Zuckerberg telling you that Facebook or whatever, all his companies are actually de-advertising.
Yeah, last month, 2 months ago, he had an address where he boldly said, marketers, you don't need the agency.
Exactly.
Bring your money here. Yeah. My whole system can generate ads for you. Right?
Yeah.
So I get that the way in which marketers get their work to market is changing or evolving.
Yeah.
And I think that industry needs to move with the times. And that's where I think I agree with the heart of that comment to say the way things were done is dying. How are we reinventing how we work? And it's a daily challenge for all of us, right? And I think that's partly why, and credit to the industry, it is attempting to evolve. Some of the big moves you're seeing globally with mergers is the industry saying, let's consolidate our service offerings and find new ways of simplifying the change of technology within our system to then serve clients. Right? So there's an intent to simplify and then reinvent how we work. And I think that's where we are ultimately being challenged now to say, some of the ideas that come up or the conversations are, should we still be selling hours to clients or should we be selling value? And how does that value look? Yeah. Do we frame it around resourcing or do we go to product framing, right? To then find a way of getting our clients to then, in their challenge of dealing with performance metrics, tighter budgets, to still be able to then service doing great work that reaches market with tight budgets, right? Because the economy is also a factor. Yeah. Tighter economy, global restrictions. How do you work clever? So we're up for the challenge. And it's an evolving space.
Yeah, and also it's not even just the top. This thing, I think you've seen the likes of WPP numbers dropping 71%. It's a report. Ad Age released. I mean, it's not even just Ad Age. I think Complex, Ad Age, Adweek, all of these guys. I mean, they've been writing articles to that effect that advertising is, well, obviously advertising is dead. It's like it's a whole.
It's a great headline.
It's a great headline. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. But the numbers are there to back it up. I think so. You guys are really up for a huge challenge. And now there's another one where we spoke earlier about the young cats in the industry.
Yes.
How do we retain these young cats in the industry?
Yeah.
In order for them not to now be influencers and content creators, right?
Sure.
Because you guys don't treat them well.
Which game?
Advertising industry does not treat their young talent, so well. And I've had a lot of people. I've had Pepe here. Yeah. I've had a lot of people. I had a lot of people here coming and say, "Yeah, I know these kids are, there's a lot of complaints about the kids not being, punching, they're punching below their whatever. But there is a lot of mistreatment of the creative, the creatives in the ad industry, and then you are losing them, and you are losing them to where? You are losing them to content, DJing, whatever content, blah blah. Like how do we fix that? Because I see you are that guy. I know you to be that guy, the transformation guy, the guy who's passionate about let's educate the young ones, let's keep them in the industry. But I mean, you can't fight that battle. You won't win it.
I'm but a man. But a man. Yeah. But I think you are right. And I told you about my story, right? Yeah. And when I walked in, I was also like, why are you treating me like this?
Yeah.
So it's something that I've lived as well, and I'm sensitive to it, to say, how are we, and this conversation comes up a lot, to say, how are we making sure that the creative who's leaving high school, because like I said earlier, creative economy is booming now. Yeah. People know they've got options in the creative space. Yeah. Right? They can pick up a camera, they can pick up a mic. Yeah.
Look at us now. This is content.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right. And it's democratized. Yeah. I don't have to wait for some mega company to give me the access. No. I can do it myself. Yeah. I can pull up my phone and shoot content now if I want. Yeah. Right. So people have options, and I think it's great because and I think where we are doing the wrong thing is seeing people as different. For me, it's like, cool, these are creatives. Yeah. How do we accommodate them within our world? And I think it's part of the change we need to see. To say, I don't have a team of only a graphic designer and an art director and that type of framing and a copywriter, where the teams are broader now, where someone can walk into my studio and have multiple interests. Yeah. How do I make sure that they're doing the day-to-day to pay to keep the lights on, but they're also having that passion fed? And I think it's important that we're aware of that, so that when it comes to the work, you're giving people the permission to be themselves. Yeah. Now, and I hope in you saying that, you are not saying, let's hire these guys in. I mean, my producers here, we had a conversation around that where we spoke about, like agency executives talking about how they are hiring content creators and influencers within their agencies, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how are you going to retain that? I mean, and also, I mean, because there's nano, there's micro, there's macro. You know what I mean? I mean, macro ad agencies, you guys can't afford these guys because but you can't, well, maybe you can, maybe you can, but I think, well, the nanos, you don't even pay them. Like, we pay them. What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna bring them here. Well, they've been telling us that you guys don't pay them at all. They get paid with merch, free meals and whatnot and the creator economy is it's a huge economy right now. And now when we had this conversation with Brent and I had this conversation, we spoke about how you guys are trying to hire these guys
internally. Do you know about that? But are you of that mindset that these guys need to be hired? McCann should hire content creators within, be on their payroll?
Okay, so the views expressed here are not of my... Look, I think definitely no. I'm not a fan of that trend of saying that we need influencers in-house and content creators in-house in that way, because what I see that is a stage in which the evolution of media is, right? That because of social media, you've got influencers who are great at doing their authentic work as influencers.
Yes.
The second you bring them into the agency, you make them inauthentic.
Yes.
And it kills the very power they have.
It's like a white family adopting black kids. Fuck. These kids are not gonna speak their language anymore now.
Yeah, because who's the mother now? What's their mother tongue?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But I think the intent might sound right, but it's not true to form.
Yeah.
And I think that I see the power of influencers is in their authenticity, because they've got eyeballs, they've got a market that you can reach through them.
Yeah.
But they only have that market because they're known for something authentic. So once you bring them in, I know we're going to pollute them with too many don't do this, do that, and then they're going to become ineffective anyway. So let them be a media touch point. That's where we do work, and part of our ecosystem is to include influencer dynamic to the campaign. It's not to say now, let's bring them in. It's a media touch point. It's part of the ecosystem. But we are not supposed to, in my view, now make it more than what it is and then bring them in like that. You know, where I think there's a flexibility to incorporate people who like the freedom of how to create as content creators. That's where I support it, to say in my team, I must definitely have a multimedia team of people who can think of something right now in a quick brainstorm. And they can move and leave the office right now and go make that thing. So have some base equipment. People can go out and make some content. I go to clients, I'm like, look, can we go live? And we do it. That's where I think the creative team within our studio can be dynamic. And people who love that but still want the stability of an ad agency job can have that freedom still. And that's where we need to get better, not to mistreat people, make them feel welcome.
100%. I think this is for you, agency executive, who's been shouting, we need to have these guys internally. Bullshit. You don't need creators, influencers in-house, because I think it's just going to be another shit show, to be quite honest. You know, it's not going to work.
Sure.
So look, I like that. I like the whole have a multimedia team, the guys who can make things happen right now. Because I mean, some of these guys, copywriters are like a very, most of them actually become content creators, become comedians and whatnot. No jabs to you guys, the art directors. But I know, because I think it comes naturally to the writers, because they can write material and then push it out there. Now, why is it that we like influencer or content creators have to go via agency, you know, to be heard? Or why can't content creators just go to client and I know
direct.
Yeah, direct. And I know also you're not client, you know, you don't work for whoever, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whatever. But I think in your view, because sometimes I sometimes feel like agencies are gatekeeping this, like, because obviously they have the relationships with clients, right? But I think, shouldn't there also be that like gate to say, no, but guys, client, why don't you just engage with content creators or influencers direct?
Yeah.
Look,
it's a because there's never one answer, you know. But I do think that you've got a point. I mean, agencies can play gatekeeper. And I think where we're coming from in honesty is that when I work with a client, the client has said, I'm paying you. And I'm paying you because you are bringing the scientific understanding of meaningful, impactful, business results-driven creative to as a value add to my business. That's why I pay you. So they want me to be a brand custodian. And they know that we're building a brand on long-term basis. So even if I want to do work with an influencer, the influencer has a skill, has an audience, but they don't have that scientific knowledge that you bring. That is value add. So I think I understand why sometimes it comes through agencies for that reason, to say, let the influencer do their thing. Give them the guardrails that make sure that our brand isn't eroded in what they do. But I think where agencies sometimes do overstep is that then they want to make the influencer another ad. Don't.
Yeah.
Give the influencer the freedom to consider how they see it going live and doing it their way without infringing on the guardrails, right? I think that's where we need to get better at managing that interaction. But on the flip side, I do understand that influencers, content creators, anyone with a phone who can post is my competition.
Oh, okay. You know that?
It.
Oh, okay.
Because,
like, you know, I like you, Loy. You know,
do you?
You're very
I
honest.
like you too, man.
No, you're very honest, Loy.
It's my competition.
You are very honest because some of these kids out here, these OGs out here, they've been taking jabs at these kids. And come on, guys, like let the kids eat, man. Let the kids do what they gotta do, and don't be there. Because you know what I've also noticed: the minute these content creators, influencers, whatever, they work with these agencies, it becomes like another ad.
Yeah.
Like no, we don't want ads, guys. Like, you know, like I mean, you watch YouTube. I mean, YouTube. You don't see no freaking ad. There's no ad on YouTube. Netflix, there's no ad. What else? You can go like all of these things, Hulu, all of these things that you subscribe to, Showmax, no ad. You know, so this whole thing that doesn't
Look, and I think an ad is an ad. It does what it has to do. But once you go to an influencer, you're not looking for an ad.
Yeah,
you're looking for an authentic piece of content.
But now,
that connects.
Yeah, but now the agency would be the one briefing the content creator to say, you want to do it this way, do it that way. It's a curated content now. Is not, well, I mean, I suppose content is curated, you know, but I think, but now sometimes it steps over the board, like it becomes something, it becomes over the board, like where it's like, no, but this thing is not, you know. And now, if I'm following influencer X, sure, it's like, no matter, this is no joke.
Why are you being strange now?
Why are you being strange now? Wait, you know,
and that's true. And I think that influencers must also have that voice to be like, guys, here's how I work. Give me the objective so I know what the objective is.
Yeah.
And then give me whatever few rules about the brand so I understand. Then leave me to make my thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we should do when we're engaging in a way that we are collaborating.
Yeah.
Because agencies also don't like you when clients come and give you the ad.
Yeah.
You know, when a client briefs you and they say, I want to do this, I want to achieve this, and here's the ad, and they tell you the ad. We also don't like that. Because you're like, oh, let me do the work.
Let me do the work.
Let me do my work.
Yeah.
I'll give you the ad.
Yeah.
Right? And in the same way, we must also become, to influencers and content creators, become the clients who says, make it like this. And it's like, then why are you paying me? Make your own ad. So it's
So advertising.
It's a look in the mirror, that's why.
So advertising is not dead.
Definitely not in the way that it can become.
Yeah.
And in the way that it was, definitely.
Yeah. And we don't want content creators in-house. But these are just Loyiso's.
I can see they don't cut down promo spots there. Like, hey, what did he say? What did he say?
Wow, we're gonna do that, eh? Yeah. So I hope you're not gonna ask us to reshoot anything. Because
all you must do is just make sure people must just see the full episode.
No, of course. No, come on, no.
So they must watch the full episode. Because people also are not fair. People will look at that little clip and they'll be like, oh, that's all they were saying.
No, but I mean, we can't be held.
That's not your fault. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
people just watch the full thing.
This thing is on YouTube. You can go watch it. You can watch the thing, you know. So if you're gonna make your whatever whatever it is that you are making your statement, whatever, based on a clip. No.
You not do what you want, man.
Yeah, we can't be held liable for that now.
Yeah. You're recording now. Yeah. You do what you want. Full permission.
Yes.
Full permission.
Yeah.
I'll reach here and be like, watch the full story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, I think let's go back a little bit to transformation. Yeah, I like that topic.
I love it.
You love it. Yeah, you see your shirt is even saying Africa.
Our time is now.
Yeah, Africa's time is now.
We've arrived.
We've arrived. Are black people still feeling like shit in advertising industry, like in these agencies?
I think they are.
They're still feeling like shit.
And they should.
Yeah. Feeling like shit.
Yeah, and they should.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's limited to our industry. It's the whole country.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I know that, we're like, we're into democracy, 30 years, and it's like people are excited about that. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done. Has work been done? Of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here. You wouldn't be sitting here. There are things that, so shout out to the work that has been done, right? But to think that because we are sitting here, the work is complete, is to lie to ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm not shy to then say, of course, there are people who are still frustrated, and I'm one of them, right?
You frustrated?
Yeah, of course. Why? Because things aren't where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. I look at. you've interviewed I'm a Tiddies in this world, right? Yeah. And I've mentioned other names. Yeah. These are people who, when we walked into industry, we looked up to like, yo, we want to be like these awesome humans. Right? Yes. But there's still not enough of these awesome humans. Yeah. So I can shout out guys today who are CCOs in agencies or CMOs in marketing, and CEOs/MDs in agencies who are black, right? Representative. Yeah. And I think one side of it is to say, cool, there is evidence that there's been some difference, but there's evidence that it's not enough. Because even in those spaces, for example, there's still not enough women in those spaces. So I could say the ones that I can think of now, and I wouldn't name names because then it gets controversial. But my point is, we're still a lot of guys, including myself, right? Where you're like, are there enough women and black women in these senior seats who are running industry? Still not enough. And then I say, to that is to say then, I look at Creative Circle, we do amazing work, benchmark creative work, and we know that South Africa boxes well, even globally. So there's great work happening. There's a committee which is more integrated.
So you're talking about the White Boys Club?
Previously known as.
Creative Circle.
Previously known as.
It's still...
Because currently...
It's still not the same though.
Currently more integrated. Yeah. If I look at the committee, definitely more black faces, more black females. Yeah. And I think that where I still say there's evidence of work to be done is that when I look at the Hall of Fame, if I click now, look at the Hall of Fame, I'm going to see wonderful photos of white males who were great in yesteryear. Yeah. And I say, shout out, wonderful. Yeah. But why we don't have more black faces in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. I've mentioned some amazing creatives who raised me. Yeah. But beyond me, those people also won awards. They were Lurie chairmen at some stage, winning awards for these agencies globally. You know? But I don't see their names and faces. So what I'm saying is, it's indications that say, cool, we've moved, but there's still work to be done. And we mustn't get lazy about that. Yeah. And this is where I appeal to the younger guys who are starting in the industry to say, the change won't come easy. We are still having conversations at our level that are still trying to push the needle forward. But we need you to believe, support us. Make me woke to say, Loyiso, I see you doing something, but you could help us more by X, Y, Z. Yeah. School me, then I can have chats in rooms where maybe those young voices are not there. But in the same breath, they mustn't leave. Stick with us. Yeah. Let's work together. Because if I had left, then the people I'm mentioning now have no voice that reminds people of these people who made the way for us. Yeah. So my job, I understand that I play that role, and I'm open to that role beyond my day-to-day job to say, challenge us to challenge industry forward, because there's still work to be done. Yeah. That's why I say, yes, people are still frustrated. People are still very frustrated, I think. And you guys say Mona Lisa is controversial. I love Mona Lisa. She's not controversial. I'm meeting her next week to talk about stuff. Because I had those conversations. Yeah, she's talking about stuff. She's talking about, as opposed to other women who are actually leaving the industry, I can only imagine what's happening now, with those who are sticking around, who are not leaving, to say, we're going to challenge this. But it's not even a very pleasant fight. You need allies, right? Part of the work you do is that, yes, I've shouted out some of the black creatives who've helped me. I've had some CDs in my career who were not black, right? Yeah. Who were white, and they gave me my space as well. And we learned how to interact with each other. And I think that, the reason why I make that point is to say, even black people need a white ally in some spaces, in the same way that if I'm a man in a space of influence, I also need to be an ally for the women who don't get that space, right? And I think that's where I'm humble about. I'll never speak for what women need to do or what needs to be done for women to achieve. Women must have that voice. But where I can support and help and be helpful, I must. Which, I mean, McCann Joburg, where we work now, because you can't make a noise about certain things and then not try and live some reality, right? We really drive an agenda of saying our agency must look like the market in which we serve. And I'm proud to say McCann Joburg as an agency, 75% black, 75% female.
Yeah.
Because we make it in a point to say, what are we doing as part of the bigger industry to make a difference, right? So I think that if we have that awareness in different spaces, we'll see a change. And I think that's why I don't find the Mona Lisa's controversial. I'm like, no, it's a conversation we need to have. I don't think people should be fighting. It's about, let's have a conversation and make some decisions that are going to make a difference. And then we keep going.
Lovely.
But it won't happen overnight, which is why people must stay with us. Let's keep going.
People must stay with us. Yeah, so when you meet Mona Lisa, please tell her this chair is waiting for her. Like we've been inviting her. We've been inviting Mona Lisa to come through.
Okay.
I don't know how many times you invited Mona Lisa. I mean, Bren knows Mona Lisa quite well.
She's a CEO, very busy. I'm sure she'll make time though.
Look, we were shooting even in December. When you guys were closed, she could have came in and did a thing and then But please tell her to.
I've warmed the seat for her.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Come
it's a new season.
Sit comfortably.
It's a new season. It's fresh. We chilling. Tell her it's a safe space.
Yeah.
It's a safe space. It's home. We're chilling. Yeah. You know what I mean? So please. Now I want us to talk about, I think we are going to be closing now, effectiveness of advertising. I know that you did involved in the judging, the IFIs.
Yes.
Yeah, and they are one organization that is championing effectiveness of advertising worldwide even. I mean, we've had who's this? We've had Sean. Sean is, what is that? Ipsos, yeah. But anyway.
Yes.
So I want us.
Go again.
I know that you're involved in judging the IFIs.
Yes.
I want us to dive a little bit into the effectiveness of advertising in this country. I haven't seen, me alone, my view, I haven't seen work that is really effective. I just see play work and all of that. And maybe I'm not in touch, but do we have effectiveness advertising?
You're a tough customer, eh?
I'm a very tough customer.
Yeah.
I know what I like
that. I like that. You're challenging us.
Yeah.
Look, I think creativity and effectiveness are interesting conversations because for a long time, even at the fault of industry, there were separate things, right? They were viewed like, if it's creative, it's amazing. Yeah. Right? And I think over the last decade, there's been a lot of work that's been done by different entities, from your Cannes Lions to your FEs, that show the relationship between creativity and effectiveness. That the more truly groundbreaking and creative work is, there is a measure that shows that it is effective work. It saves you media money, because bad work needs more media, so that if people don't like it, they just see it enough to like it eventually. Yeah. Right. But it's also relating to the fact that work that doesn't really stand out, you throw a lot of money to it, then when you switch off, it's gone. People forget about it. Right. So creativity has got a place within effectiveness, and I think what we have going for us in a big way is that we're very creative in this country, not just locally. Yeah. We are respected globally, that the creative work in this industry out of South Africa boxes with the best. Yeah. Right? You've heard, we've had work even from our own agency and other agencies where it's in Zulu. It sits in a room full of people who don't speak Zulu, but they see it, they're like, wow. Right? And it gets awarded. So we're not bad. But I know that if you look at rankings from an FE's point of view globally, that South Africa doesn't show up in the top 10, for example, of being of creative work that translates effectively, consistently. I think that it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It doesn't mean we're not doing it. It means that we can get better at it. And I think that the goal is to, from a continent point of view, I think a lot of the agencies out of Dubai, for example, are showing a lot more of a consistency at the global ranking for an FE, which looks at effectiveness. Yeah. And South Africa shows up, but not high enough. And if we're an ambitious country, which I know we are, then we can say we can definitely do better.
Yeah.
If reflecting on the work we just judged on FEs this year, you see it there. It's there. The potential is there. The work is there. Yeah. I think our challenge is the consistency of knowing that effectiveness is paramount, and then we can get better at it. Yeah. But it's there.
It's there.
Why not?
I got you. So now at McCann, how are you guys set up at McCann? So I know that. So is it because you McCann Joburg,
Jose
Maboneng. So how are you structured? Are you guys because so there'll be McCann. So you're not McCann South Africa. You McCann Joburg. Yeah. But I'm saying McCann Cape Town and McCann Joburg, one thing.
So it's also a branding exercise, right? McCann will group all the agencies across the world. Yeah. In the network name themselves after a city. Right? It's just that branding. So we are McCann Joburg by name. We do have part of our internal post-production facility is set up in Cape Town. So we've got some presence in Cape Town. But even then we refer to as McCann Joburg. We don't really have a McCann Cape Town as a naming convention. And then we have a relationship with some of the other agencies that are affiliated to the global network in other countries across the continent, and we work with them. And they do their own independent work, so we're not like headquarters of Africa.
Oh, because I was sitting here thinking you guys are the United States of Africa.
Yeah, not from a structure point of view. You might think that there might be some evidence of that from a specific client's point of view, right? Where like some of the clients we do, the MasterCard client, for example, is a client that does work out of our office that we then translate into other markets like Kenya, Morocco, and Nigeria and the likes. Yeah. But it comes out of our office and then adapted by our local agencies in those markets. So on some accounts we have that relationship, but not as an organizational structure. No.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So you guys, you just won new clients. Big. Well, you've been having big.
Yeah, big. We won at a time, maybe a year or two ago. We've grown the business from doing work in South Africa, and now we're also doing work in Kenya on the brand. Yeah.
You just recently won Heinz.
Yes,
Heinz?
One of our yes we have. Yeah. That's our newest win, our most recent win. Yeah.
Heinz is they're like, guys. I hope you better deliver there.
No pressure.
Because Heinz they've been doing killer work. I mean I see who's this Matthew Boo. Yeah. Is doing something with Heinz. I think he's creative advertising.
Yeah, creative consultant at a global level. That's the same thing for SAB as well, or AB InBev as well as Heinz. Yes.
Yeah. So the work there at Heinz is proper. I love it.
That's how
that is. So remember earlier when I spoke about how most of the work doesn't move me.
Yes.
Heinz work.
Yes.
It moves me. Heinz work is effective. Yeah. So I'm gonna be looking at you, watching you guys very closely, and I wanna give you a shout. You say, "Yo, bro, what the fuck?
What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Because you actually you are the guy at the top. So if Heinz work is shit, is you.
Blame me. I get the credit for other people's amazing ideas when it goes well, but I also get the credit when it goes badly, right?
No, look, if the campaigns are dope, I'm like, yo, Loy, bro, no,
sure.
I'm a dog. You are killing this.
No, you're very right, man. Heinz is an amazing brand. Consistently, at a ranking level of some of the best brands that perform globally. From a creative and effectiveness point of view, Heinz is there in the top 5. Consistently. Number 1 in the food category, right? FMCG food category. And I think we know that that's the excitement, but also the nervousness about, wow, right? Yeah. They've honored us to say, you're the agency that we can see the potential to do this work with, in showing up in South Africa in a market where, in many other markets, Heinz is mature, they're a market leader. In our country now, in South Africa, they still need to win that market share, and they're saying they want to walk the journey with us. So we're excited about that challenge, and we're keen to get started. And soon, when you see the work, 100%. I have my phones fully charged.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I think, and I wonder what's happening at Heinz. I mean, obviously, they have Matthew as a creative consultant. He knows his story. He knows his shit. I mean, he's shit hot creative.
Very experienced,
very experienced. And I think those kind of relationships are very, very important. And I think we've seen, and I think and this talk now is about CMOs.
Yes.
We talk about how CMOs or how advertising agencies are shit, or advertising industry is dying. But we never actually look at the clients and saying, guys, what are you doing? What are you briefing into these agencies? Because I think shit in, shit out, right?
I love that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I love that. Often we forget that there's a relationship.
Yeah.
Agencies work with clients. Clients work with agencies.
Yeah.
Great work comes out of a great marketer, advertising agency relationship.
Yeah.
And I think the better we get at understanding the value of that, the better the work will be. And I really need to ask CMOs with all my heart to say, the same changes that our agencies are being asked to reform, innovate, can't happen if our conversations with the CMOs aren't of a higher quality.
No.
So if I say, for example, the possibility of shifting from hourly based billing of a retainer to more value, then I need to understand your business better, your objectives better. Our conversations must be richer than a brief that just gets on my desk to make an ad. I need to say, we understand the challenge together, and we're going to design how that comes to market. And maybe the thing is about, if I want to win market share, maybe I don't bill you on hours. I bill you on your market share gain. I get a bit of a percentage gain on that as well as an earning, whatever those things are. And I'm just like speaking out loud, but I'm saying, though at that level, the CMOs must come to the party to have quality conversations with the agency leads, right? And then on the work itself, let's talk beyond the little mini metrics. Let's have real conversations about, you've got a budget, you're doing a year plan. You involving me in your year plan. Don't make it an FYI. Let's plan together, because I must do the work, and maybe we can show up and market differently, so that when the CMO, who I know needs me to do good work, to have easier conversations with their CEO and CFO, let me know though, so I can make you look good. Don't treat me like a supplier. I'm truly your partner. I must feel like and I think the better work comes out of those better relationships. So CMOs are critical to the change.
And I like what you're saying, but I think maybe also, I think you see, this is where experience plays the part. Because I know you used to be with the draft line. So yeah. And, Once upon a time. Yeah. Draft line. You were doing a great job there at draft line. I think maybe you also, and I'm all about that. Rather, there's an insight there that says to me, okay, well, you understand that, as opposed to, other CCOs somewhere who don't really understand how clients sometimes might be their workings.
I hear you.
Right. So
I hear you, and I'd like to think so. I hope it does show up in my day to day. But you're right, because when I left FCB to go to Draftline, and that being an in-house agency.
I think for our viewer also, what is Draftline?
Yeah,
so someone who doesn't know.
An in-house agency at AB InBev. AB InBev, SAB in this country as well, selling beer to the whole country, right? And great brands, Castle Lagers, all the Castle products, Castle Lights, and all the lights, and Root of Fruit, and all these wonderful brands. And the opportunity to move from a traditional agency to in-house was one I embraced. because I wanted to get in there.
Yeah.
Also, in-house agencies are part of the competition. Right? And I think it's great to have my hands dirty there, to know what that feels like practically. And I'm proud that I did that. I took that leap.
Yeah, you cooked.
We were at ECD there, co-ECD with Nigel Matthews, shout out.
Yeah.
And I think there we did work where Draftline was making work that was winning awards creatively, showing up in the top 10 rankings of Creative Circle as an in-house agency, right? Competing with the big boys, so to speak. Yeah. And I think there, to your point though, the lesson learned is having close proximity to marketers. Yeah. We were meeting each other in the corridor, talking about what's bothering them, about their brand, what's keeping them up at night. Beyond the brief.
Beyond the brief.
Yes, we get briefs, but what makes the briefs more meaningful are those corridor conversations, learning what matters to them. Yeah. And then being able to then come with solutions that are comms based, that help those things, so that even when we were being proactive, it was purposeful proactive. So I've seen how having those quality conversations with the marketer, where they bring you in behind the veil, can make for better work. And I just appeal to all CMOs.
Yeah, please.
That we can have more and more of those conversations with CCOs and the ECDs and agencies, so that the work can be far more impactful to their bottom line. And they can then go back to their CFOs and CEOs to be like, look at the impact we're making. And then I know I'll benefit because I have more budget next year to work with the same CMO in making better and better work. Yeah. Right. So that ecosystem is important. And I think, that experience has made me more sensitive to that, to say, I need CMOs to be my partner. Yeah.
Some of them, I don't know.
Not all of them get it.
You know what I mean? So some of them, they seems to not get it. Yeah. Well, like, look, I respect you guys and all of that, but I think sometimes there's a little bit of like, hey, these guys.
And those who get it, I love you. I want us all to get it.
Yeah. Awards. I think in closing, awards. Let's talk awards. There's been a lot of award shows, awarding everything. Everyone is being awarded. It's like a thing there going on. What the fuck? What is happening with the awards? Why do we have a lot of these award shows? Look, I think we need to have now. We need to start now awarding podcasters now. Yeah, industry podcasters. I think we must be included in there. Award, please award us as well. Because there's a lot of award shows. I mean, what important role do awards play in the industry?
I've always said, and I say it to clients, I say it to my teams, that awards are not for awards' sake. It's not a vanity thing. Yeah. Right? Because we're in business. Yeah. We're in business, guys. When I wake up every day, I earn a salary for the work I do. Yeah. That's business. Yeah. Okay. And I think that where awards are very important is that they keep us looking at how do we get better at what we do, so that we're always on the cusp of innovation. Yeah. So it's good for the work. It keeps you in that headspace of let's get better. Let's incrementally always make sure that what was great last year, we're not capping for the same level of greatness. Yeah. We're looking for something new. Otherwise, industries don't go forward, right? And that's where the analogy I use for that is always like marking your own homework. Because if you're my client, you give me a brief. Yeah. I do the work. Yeah. We already have a relationship. That's why that's happening. If you love the work and I love the work, great for our relationship. Yeah. But we're marking our own homework. Yeah. It's great to say we've done a lot of work. Yeah. Let's take that work and see how it fares against the rest of our peers. To see if our work now, when it cuts across best versions of itself in market, whether we are benchmarking as excellent. And I think it gives us that feedback. Oh, okay. And it says, okay, cool. Now we know how we get better next year. Yeah. And when we're looking at campaigns and plans. And that's where, for me, it's really meaningful. Because I believe great work creative work does get great results for clients. And then consumers also love the work. They talk about the brands and the campaigns with passion and excitement. And like you, even when you say it here, to say, I'm not seeing the work that I'm excited about. People are actually touchy about it. Yeah. Right? Yeah, no, of course. They want to enjoy the work from the brand they love. Yeah. They want to. Well, I want to enjoy that, And it's my job to try and make sure that we do that more often, right? Yeah. So I will always give you that feedback to say, no, you're not there, or you're almost there, or you're getting better, or yes, you're perfect.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they're important. I do agree with you, there's too many right now. You need to filter down because otherwise it thins the significance
Of course.
of the awards. And
Yeah.
I think that's, you need to be careful.
If I don't win the Lurie, I can win the Mark. If I don't win that, I can win. You know what I mean? I can win,
Sure.
Pandering. Okay, pandering, I love. Shout outs. We can win. There's a lot.
Yeah. I won't name any award show, okay? But I will say that we definitely need to not have too many.
Yeah.
And if we're going to have a new one, let's make sure it's focused on awarding something that maybe the rest of the industry is neglecting versus another of the same.
Yeah.
Right? Effectiveness, I mean, FEs does that job. And that's why I think it's important that agencies win a Lurie and also win an effectiveness award like an FE to show that our work is not just work that's beautiful, but it's work that's beautiful but gives beautiful results. The bottom line for the CEO there and the shareholders who are giving us their wonderful plans.
And then business-wise, how are you guys doing at McCann?
Awesome.
It's good. The numbers are good. And there's a lot of measures. You are measuring. There's measures here. What's happening here?
Yeah, I think
you're coming together. What's happening?
No, I think we're good. I think we're doing our best.
Yeah.
We're growing in the healthcare space. It's a space that people have neglected it. Yeah. We bought a healthcare company that allowed us to grow a healthcare portfolio. Like I said to you, we're winning some business, but we're also growing some of our client scope businesses. So it's making the numbers look good. But I do think that we're living in a tight economy, which also forces some of our clients to then change scope. Yeah. So you can't chest beat about that. You've got to be like, we're healthy, and we must keep managing it, not to default into unhealthy. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's looking good, but definitely room to be better.
Yeah, 100. I think we're good. I think that's it.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you enjoyed the talk, eh?
Oh, I love that.
So you must come back again. There's a lot to talk about, really. I think
never stops.
This 1 hour thing, it's not enough. There's a lot to talk about. Look, I can have you here for the whole day, man. Literally, you are a cool dude, man. We can have the whole day talking.
Yeah. No, I love what I do. So it's a topic I can.
No, it shows.
Yeah, I love what I do. Love what I do. Yeah. And so I don't know if I'll ever manage. I wonder because advertising is a young man's game.
Yeah, it is. It's
a young man's game. Yeah. It ages, to be honest. Right? Yeah. So I know that when you hit my stage, that's why I look for more purposeful, meaningful things that I can contribute. But from a work point of view, I know that one day I must pull up the gloves.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I going to manage? Because I love the chasing an idea. Yeah. So talk about that one day. From my old age home.
I forgot something. I wanted to ask you something. What is the ad now that is speaking to you, the best ad for you right now? Like a piece of work that is out there that you feel like, it doesn't have to be South African, can be international, whatever. Like the work that you see now, piece of work that you feel like, I think here they've nailed it.
I mean, immediately I'll talk.
He can be yours as well.
No, can't self-proud like that. Yeah. I think we are, what I've liked seeing locally is how the insurance industry generally has just become a lot looser. Yeah. Right? And they're trying to have fun there. Yeah. And there's an example, a piece of work that I saw at Cannes from an agency in Europe, I can't remember what country it is, where, they've managed to crack this, it's called 3 words, right?
3 ones?
3 words.
3 words, yeah?
Yeah, is literally the campaign idea. Yeah. And they managed to take, like GBV, for example, big problem in our country. Yeah. But a lot of the work that you tend to see is very much in the awareness space of making us aware that GBV is prevalent and is a problem. Yeah. But what I loved about that piece of work, it's also in the insurance space, is that they then found a way of making a real difference and a real change in a way where product met purpose, right? And they said, what if this insurance company relooked their contracts for their policies and were able to change it with just 3 words that would then accommodate that somebody, as part of the insurance claim, their home cover and the home insurance claim could also find refuge in a different home when there's domestic violence at home.
Yeah.
And it's part of the contract. So now imagine now a product sell to a country like ours, because that's what made it so exciting for me. Like if an insurance company did that here, it'd be so amazing because I'm getting the core offering that helps my home stay intact when I need it.
Yeah.
But when me, who's a female, who's also that homeowner who has that coverage, needs to leave my home because of a domestic violence issue, I can have that cover.
Yeah.
And all it took was just a business reframing their product a little bit, but it made difference for product, but also for purpose for consumer. Amazing piece of work.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of work that challenges the norms of what does an ad look like.
Yeah.
But that's an ad.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot more meaning in how it lands in consumer in market, right? So that's a piece of work that I enjoy for how it challenges how we do what we do. So yeah. But
So you don't know which agency, which
I think the insurance company is AXA or AXA. I don't know what agency it is specifically. Yeah.
because we wanna shout them out,
But we'll shout out McCann for dope work.
Shout out McCann for dope work.
Dope work.
Yeah. All right, man. I think that's it. I think we've had quite a talk. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, brother, for pulling through, man.
Yeah, this is great. Anytime.
So do come again, man.
You invite me, I'll be here, man.
Pull it, man. And you're not far from here as well. So yeah. We need.
I live 5 minutes down the road.
You know what I mean? So we also need to do something called pub test. We need to do pub test. Like we need to test all the ads and say this ad is pub. You get it?
I mean, we do that every day because when we see ads, we're always judging ads.
No, but you know what I want? I want
Publicly.
I want someone to sit here and then we. But you know what it is? Like we can go out there and take clips and let's ask the people as well. Okay. And then we can sit here and say, no, this is pop. That's
cool. That's cool. Yeah, and I think I often tell people, when you see ads, we're quick to say, why did the agency do that? Sometimes the ads are not the creative's ad.
The clients
to the client.
Yeah.
And sometimes ads are great.
Yeah.
But most are not.
Yeah.
Because our job is to make them great, right? So we're good at it. But I think that I'd love to do it as long as T's and C's apply. Start wars with colleagues in the industry.
Well, this industry, people are very sensitive. People are very fragile out here, man. People are very sensitive.
Creative, we're sensitive about our work.
Very sensitive people out here.
Yeah.
Cool,
let's do pub test.
Yeah, let's do pub test.
So you invite me, commit now.
Yeah,
I'm inviting to the premiere show.
I'm inviting Loyiso
premiere episode
to on the premiere of the new season. I'm inviting Loyiso to come back for the pub test. Pub test segment. It doesn't have to be a long thing. It's a short thing.
I like that. Yeah.
Nice, it's a short little thing. Boom, quick.
I'll be there.
This ad is pub.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, when my ad shows up, I'll be like, that's class.
Yeah. All right. No, cool, man. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Well, hey, see you on the next one.
Okay.
CXC. That's